You cannot replace one with another one. Because I hate him, oh, I hate Mr. X today. So from today, I will start cultivating love, I will start cultivating, hello, sir, how are you? This is all look drama. This looks drama. Everybody can make out, he doesn't like me. He does not want to be with me, but he's just trying to fake up. And when you fake something, it is much more visible, right? Because it doesn't look natural. Okay, all this thing, especially one who butter and all those things, we can understand. They're buttering us only for some gain. So always remember that there is no way you replace something. A thought will knock your door of awareness. Either you allow in or you let it stand out. If it stands out, it will not wait too long. It will knock somebody else's door. It will go away and it will be away. So very good morning everyone, and we are gathered here again on Tuesday for our Sunya talks at 5 p.m. in India time, and today is the 21st of March 2023. In a series of talks that we are doing now on the 5 hindrances or obstacles on the practice of Shunya. So what can be these 5 obstacles that prevent us from practicing Shunya? We have been discussing that. In the first episode, we did cover up all these 5 hindrances or obstacles. Then we went deeper into understanding the first one, that was sensual pleasures. That is all the likes. And today we are going to discuss on the second obstacle, that is the dislikes or the, what we say, ill will. Okay, so before we dive into that, let us do a quick recap about the picture that will remind us of what we are here to know. Because we all want to practice Shunya. We want to stay still for hours, so that we can carry that in our duty, our life, in things that we do, so we can remain focused. But then these are the states that the mind goes through. And if you look at the state, the first one on the left-hand corner is ill will. Ill will is basically where you can imagine, that only having a negative thought or negative feeling can be an hindrance into your practice of stillness. Sounds very weird, but that is true, and Buddha has explained that very clearly. As usual, we will try to learn how that is possible and what are the ways in which we can even take care of that hindrance or obstacle. But before that, as usual, it's Shunya time and Shunya talks. Okay, so good morning everyone. Yeah, so let's do a quick recap, when we said about the 5 obstacles and hindrances, let us understand the nature of the mind. The mind basically has this habit of making choices, okay? It doesn't want to remain without a choice. And usually when you have to interact with things, you have to interact with things without making a choice. You have to look at things as it is. But the mind doesn't like to do that. Mind likes to take sides. And so every time, why? Because neutrality, even though that is the basic nature of the mind, because of the conditioning on the mind tends to get either towards something or against something. And that is exactly how we start working in this world. Either we like something or we dislike something. And if you like something, you want it more and more and more. Like the sensual pleasures that last time we studied. Okay, we studied how even though the mind is basically like a clear, transparent glass, or you can say something that can allow the light to pass through. But doesn't happen so. Why? Because even though transparent water is now filled with these 5 obstacles that change the course and the quality of the water and make it blurred. What are those? First one we studied last time was the pleasure, the sensual pleasures. It is like adding different colors into your water. When you add different colors into your water, you don't see anything because water is now colored water. And now when you tell somebody to study. But if you keep a music playing, a TV there, somebody playing a game, something distracting him and his senses going there, he cannot study, he cannot focus. You tell somebody to do some job, why do in factories many a time they say take away their phone, take away things so that you don't get distracted by your senses. And it's very important that we realize that our senses have the ability to get distracted with its subjects. So the eyes will want something beautiful to see. Okay, the nose will want something good to smell. If there is something bad, it doesn't like it, right? It will move away from there. How much ever you want to do, it cannot. Then we studied the second one was ill will. And what happens in ill will is resentment or hatred or no to things. And this is very nicely explained by Buddha in one of the sutras. He says, it is like boiling water. Even though everything is right, but something is making it boil, because of which there are bubbles coming. And when you see the bubbles, it's very, very difficult for you to see through. And most of the time in life, it's our feelings, it's our resentment, it's our negative thing to things does not allow us to see things clearly. Okay, you want to do something, but the thought comes, no, what if this does not happen? What if this is like this? What if he is doing this? That no thing is going to take away the possibility of even you acting upon it. It's going to bring in a fear. It's going to bring in a worry. It's going to bring in anxiety. And that becomes a problem. So how do you face something as it is? Only when you can see things clearly. Okay. So what happens here is, see, our negative mind keeps on making these different ideas and concepts which don't exist. It takes us into the illusory world. Like, for example, like the mind that likes something, it makes pleasure out of it. You are very hungry. Imagine you're hungry. You see a nice fruit. You start imagining, wow, this is such a nice thing. What if it is given in a nice plate? What if you start imagining, when basically you don't even have the ability to take a simple bite of that fruit, but you started to imagine. Mind starts making these ideas. Similarly, when you have negative feelings or negative thoughts, mind starts cooking up its own thing. Okay, the person has said something about you. Maybe he's just said it bluntly, right, that you're not doing this right. Suddenly, something went inside you saying that maybe he doesn't like me. Okay, then you don't like him. Then because where hate comes in, then sometimes you feel, no, this thing. Then you start, the same person that you liked now is changing polarities. Now you start disliking. So like and dislike are born from each other. How can you dislike something that you never liked? There has to be something that you're comparing with. So something that you loved is only something that you will hate, Something that has to, or something that you hated, it's possible that over a period of time you can convert that into love. So many a time we look at by us, because we start hating that. Suddenly dislike is born. Suddenly something that we loved because somebody else likes it, we dislike it. And that is the nature of the mind. Now, if you are in that state of mind of jealousy, hatred, do you think you can remain focused? Not possible. Because once you close your eyes and you start doing your number count, 9, 8, then a thought will come, what? Even she's here in this room. She's also meditating. My goodness, she should not be here. All the thoughts coming, unnecessary hatred. What? Then suddenly the phone rings. I think he's again calling. I think he's again bothering. Even though that call is not of that person. The mind will keep on bothering and hammering you. Where did it all begin? You were practicing 9 to 0 for what? To have no thoughts. You wanted to control your thoughts. But because you have a feeling within you, because you're carrying an emotion, thoughts are born. And they keep on coming and coming like a storm. And when the storm comes, it's very difficult to practice. So one of the obstacles, a major obstacles in the practice of Sunya is said to be your negative thoughts, ill will, your negative ideas, feelings about some things and situations. And that is true because when he knows that he cannot remain focused, and that is why all these negative thoughts, they will keep you always, in a state of imbalance. It will keep you in a state of movement, not keeping yourself in focus, and you will always run here and there. Have you seen a man worrying, sitting silently like this? No, a worrying man is always moving here and there, running here, yelling, shouting, or holding his head. He's doing something, because that's what happens with the mind. Once the mind gets a negative thought, it is going to move you. Same is with positive thought. If you get a thing that is pleasure, your mind is not going to be at still. It's still wanting it. It's going to start craving for it. As your mind runs for something that you like, it runs away from something that you dislike. It cannot remain still. Very, very important. So this you should understand, that something cute you want, something horrible you don't want. It's like this. And both ways, your mind is not still. And if you cannot remain still, then it becomes very difficult, because what to do? They are continuously moving. And we say, please calm down. Can you sit down? Can you think? Nothing is going to happen. That nothing is going to happen is very important. To calm them down, to let them sit, relax, watch your breath, do your 9 to 0 count. See, nothing is going to happen. You might miss your counts, but still keep on doing it. Slowly, you're able to overcome the obstacle. But the definitely one thing I'm trying to prove here is how strong negative feelings are, that they can act like a storm. Even if you want to, you cannot remain focused unless you have a technique, a practice, a method. When the storm comes, it is said that if you don't have a strong tree to hold on to, or even if you don't have the strength to hold on to the tree, or if you don't use a technique to hold on to a tree, you might be blown away. Okay. So in Shunya also, if you don't know the technique, if you don't practice 9 to 0, you will be blown away. As you go up on the belts, you go from 9 to 0, you do 29 to 0, you do 99 to 0. This is your foundation. Remember this. Always remember this. So when you will go maybe practicing your green belt and you're no more counting, you're just observing. At that time, imagine a storm comes. Where will you run? Immediately come down. Practice your 9 to 0. Immediately you are able to know that, this is the only way that I can not lose myself, not lose my focus. Come down the ladder. Practice again 9 to 0. Then slowly, when everything is okay, calm down. Then slowly climb the ladder again. Then again do your orange. Then again do your yellow. Then go to green. You need to know how to maneuver yourself between the different levels of Shunya. That is how you should manage. Otherwise, you will not realize. Then you will think, why this, suddenly today I had a bad experience. Somebody said something and I was practicing so nicely. And today I cannot practice. Why? Because suddenly I realize that one of the obstacles have been put on my path. And that is some kind of negative feeling. Somebody just said something and now I sit here and only worry about it. You should remember this teaching, that this negative thought is not good. So similarly, if you look at it, so many people are suffering from a condition called insomnia. Why? Because they think it is some condition, but actually it is thoughts. The flood of thoughts that they go through, that shakes them up, that keeps them awake the whole night. What is the way? Which is the way that you can actually stable? Going to a state of no thoughts. Okay? You cannot just say that from today I will suppress all my thoughts. You cannot do that. They will come back 10 times more stronger. You need to know that where these thoughts are being born. So every obstacle is a maternity home for thoughts. Okay. So first one was pleasure. Once you know that this pleasure, I like this, you should imagine that the maternity ward has been opened. Now here the thoughts are going to be born. New children, new thoughts are going to come in. Every time they will come in and they will bother me. Same is with your ill will. Once you know that somebody said something and you felt bad about it, and you want to either have that feeling automatically that comes against that person, against that thing, you should realize that I better take this to Samadhan. Okay? You remember the 5 Panchashila? They are exactly for that. When your Panchashila is for this particularly, I shall not harm. Basically is that telling you that thought is coming to harm. Because only ill will want to harm somebody. Otherwise, why will you harm somebody? So, when that thought comes, you should, what it is said? Panati pata vermani. Okay, means when that thought comes in your mind, what will you do? You will remember what I told you. Sikka padam samadhiyami, and bring that thought to neutrality, to samadhan. It's very important. Then second time, what it is? To take something that does not belong to you. You, once that thought comes in, is already a envy, a jealousy, kind of a feeling to rob somebody, trouble somebody. That is a negative thought. You want to do that and you sit and want to practice. Is it possible? No, it is not possible. If your mind keeps on coming up with different ideas, how to take that, how to do this, oh, let us do this, and all the plans it starts making. Okay, animals hunt, some animals trap, some animals cheat, some way or the other they always feed on their food. Similar is the mind. Mind sometimes hunts for stuff. Mind sometimes cheats for its stuff. Mind sometimes actually fools you for its stuff. Mind can take any form to get its stuff. Always remember that. Your mind is very, very powerful, even to fool you, showing that it is one of the greatest, okay? And it will fool you even to that level that you might see your own mind cheating you and you thinking that you are good. That is also one thing you need to watch for. So then the third one, what it is, he say is adinadana. Then our third one is kamesu michachara, means you have a desire. That's where the first sensual thing comes in. Desire, that you want something. But there is a desire also you don't want something. That also is a desire. So these desire, whenever it comes in your mind, remember my teaching and bring it to neutrality. Then comes your musavada. You want to say something, because the wrong thought will always want to come out in the form of a wrong word, right? You want to say something bad, a bad thought is going to come out as a bad word. A foolish thought is going to come out as a foolish word. Whenever that happens, whenever you have a bad thought, bad feeling, and want to say that, so we call it musavad. Don't talk like a mad person. Stop it. Bring it to balance. Okay? Neutrality. And last is what? Sura mere amajja pamadatana. That means when you want to intoxicate yourself with any of the drinks, okay? Not only the drinks that take you high, but even your ego. Always remember, that itself is the beginning, I am the great. That is why I want to prove it to this person, Like we have the Mahabharata. All began because one person wanted to not give the other person even a piece of land that is at the tip of a needle. Can you imagine? When Duryodhana says to Krishna, I will not give those Pandavas a piece of land equivalent to the tip of a needle. Can you imagine what did he mean? Means he was at that kind of ego, intoxicated. And when you're intoxicated, you already begin the Mahabharata. Okay, so you should remember this, very, very important, that your like and dislikes all are driven by your desires, and these desires are places, your maternity homes, where your thoughts are born. Because many people tell, control your thoughts, manage your thoughts. I understand, but let me know, where do they come from? Where does it all begin? Because if I don't know, I might keep on spraying all the mosquito repellents, in my house, just to make sure that there are no mosquitoes. But what if there is a swarm of mosquito coming in? I might throw more. What if 10 times more come in? Then what do? You don't know what to do. If somebody tells you, that is their maternity home, in that little lake there is lot of mosquitoes there. Why don't you put some fish and you solve it there only? Once the larvas are eaten, from the base itself, if you finish them, automatically the rest of the things start slowing down. So it is very important to understand that the root cause where the thoughts are born lie in these 5 obstacles. Now you understand the 5 obstacles are very important. First one is sensual pleasure, but second one is sensual displeasure. You understand? Ill will, okay, hate, anger, all these are born from there, okay, from your like, dislike. So very, very important. Now that also brings us to understanding that how do we take care of these things, okay. First you need to recognize, okay, is this my sensual pleasure or is it my displeasure? Is it something that I like or something that I dislike? Once you know that, then you should accept it. Okay, remember this acronym RAIN, RAIN. The rain has to wash it away. Then investigate. How do you do that? When you practice Shunya, when you sit down and you do 9 to 0, you do 29 to 0, you do 99 to 0, what is going to come to you to disturb you? Exactly. What is going to come? The thoughts. And when the thoughts come, you should look at the thought. Don't run away. What type of thought it is? It is a liking thought. It is a dislike thought. It's a good thought. It's a bad thought. Analyze it. Investigate it. Once you investigate, you will understand that this is the type of it. And then investigate why is it coming. You realize, because of this. Once you realize this, once you identify that, what is the root cause? Don't connect yourself with that. You know that that is just a thought. It's not me. It's a thought that has come. Okay, it's nothing to do with me. It's a non-identity. And very important, once you know that it is nothing to do with you, it has come to me, a thought has come to me, and I have every power to stop it there and then. How do I do that? I practice my 9 to 0, 29 to 0, 99 to 0, tell the thought, come later. Let me finish my practice. Right? Let me finish my practice. You keep it waiting outside your door of awareness. I'm telling you, it doesn't wait too long. Thoughts, they don't like to wait. Yeah? If they would have waited, they would have never come without your permission. They don't wait. So when you tell them to wait, they are gone. Try this. Try to say, okay, you're doing something, you just park a thought that I'll come back to you. Then when you go, what was I thinking? I forgot. Because the thought is gone. It goes away. It does not like to wait. Okay, it wants to penetrate. It wants to enter. And if you know, wait, 9 to 0, 29 to 0, 99 to 0, after I finish my practice, rub my hands, wash my face, do my this, which was the thought? There are no thoughts. All the thoughts have gone because the waiting time was too long. You see, the waiting time was too long. No thoughts want to wait. Everybody just left me alone. And then I say, suddenly after my Shunya, I feel so nice. Nothing is there. Because everybody left me. Everybody left me when I was focusing my mind on my act. Because my act was something that I asked my mind to do. 9 to 0 is what I told him to do. 29 to 0 is what I told him to do. 99 to 0 is what I told him to do. And this time I did not listen to any thought. It was an act, a discipline that I brought in. And that is how it helps. Okay, so very, very important. Remember this word, RAIN. Recognize, accept, investigate, and then non-identify. Once you do that, you are sure to understand the power of Shunya. Why we are doing, because Shunya looks very simple. You see, what is it? 9 to 0, 29 to 0, 99 to 0. No, it looks simple, but the effect it can do to your mind is profound, unimaginable. Okay, so very, very important. Now, that means I have to do what? Since I get negative thoughts, should I cultivate positive thoughts? No. Did I tell you that? No. Did I tell you because you have hate towards somebody, start loving, love? You cannot. You hate that person. Try to understand why do you hate him. Recognize that hate, feeling of hate. See how it is going to matter you. If it is something to do with something that you are rejecting, okay, try to see if you can let go of rejection. If you want something, see if it is because of that the feeling is coming. Let go of that thing. How will you do that? Only through practice. There is no other way. You cannot replace one with another one. Because I hate him, I hate Mr. X today. So from today, I will start cultivating love. I will start cultivating, hello, sir, how are you? This is all look drama. This looks drama. Everybody can make out, he doesn't like me. He does not want to be with me. But he's just trying to fake up. And when you fake something, it is much more visible. Right? Because it doesn't look natural. Okay, all this thing, especially one who butter and all those things, we can understand. They're buttering us only for some gain. So always remember that there is no way you replace something. A thought will knock your door of awareness. Either you allow in or you let it stand out. If it stands out, It will not wait too long. It will knock somebody else's door. It will go away and it will be away. See, this is how it is. So always remember. So when we say that when 5 people are there, how the thoughts come? They come knocking each other. You heard about this? You heard about the gossip starts. You understand? From one to another, like a virus, they infect minds, these thoughts. Okay? So people use this, okay, then that is it. Then they can gossip. Then they can backbite. All those things because they can go through very fast. Good things also do the same. If good words also you have to talk, they also spread fast. If good words did not spread fast, there would have never been God. Right or wrong? Because God also has been spreading as fast as the devil did. So always remember the bad and the good, they both can spread. Okay? They are nothing but thoughts. So you need to be very, very aware. In Shunya, we don't talk about good, we don't talk about bad, we only keep our focus and attention on practice. Because we practice and practice and practice, we do remain undisturbed, undistracted. And because we remain undisturbed and undistracted, we are focusing. We have learned the art to focus. And because we are able to focus, nothing can worry us. And that is why a Shunyati is free from worry. He is free from ill will. He is free from all pleasures. It doesn't mean he will not have pleasures. He will have, but he will not get attached to it. He will have, sometimes he might get angry, but it is only momentarily for that moment. Once the fire is gone, he is not sitting and still, taking the warmth. There is no fire left. He knows the fire is gone, better go inside. It is that simple, okay? So understand that the practice of Shunya is basically meant to, all these obstacles that will come in, we identify them, okay? And then we keep again our practice and try to not replace that with another thought, because that will be absolutely wrong. If you do this, then you are able to cultivate what we say dhyana. And if you can cultivate dhyan, you carry that skill in everything you do in your life. Okay? Do you think a person who can manage his mind, his thoughts, especially the ill will, okay, or the negative thoughts, do you think he will progress? Yes or no? Do you think he will progress or not progress? If he can manage all the negative thoughts, he can manage all these distractions, do you think he will progress? Because he has nothing else to do. No thought is bothering him. Because no thought is bothering him. Imagine you are sitting to do some work. Every time somebody is knocking the door, you open, yes, what is it? Okay. Then you, again, somebody coming. Can you sit and work? Exactly. Now everybody is doing this. Right or wrong? Everybody, they sit and work, then thoughts come up. Then they go again. No. You cannot keep on opening the door, window. Sometimes you have to close it. Lock it from inside. Do your work. Then maybe you open it up. Okay? Very, very important. So now, that's how simple it is. And we are almost 34 minutes, okay? So it's not too much of content, but I think it's a very important content that we had to share, right? Because what to talk, yes or no. So what else to tell? So I think that brings us to the end, but I will keep it open for the question answers. Maybe that is how it is, okay? So Dhruv is having his laughter, yeah? Because there is nothing else to talk, I think it's very, very simple. Yes and no. And for that, you should take the middle path. Only one who is in the middle knows to say yes. Only in the middle knows to say no. And you cannot say yes to all the things in life. And you cannot say no to all the things in life. You need to have the wisdom to say yes to things that you really want and no to things that you really don't want. Okay? But you don't cultivate an emotion because of that. You understand? You might not like Mr. X for some reason. But you cannot apply that rule and say control all and say I don't like Mr. X for all the reasons. That will be foolish. You might like somebody from Mr. X for some reason, but you cannot say control all, like him for all the reasons. You cannot do that. That doesn't work. You cannot say that this is the only thing, No, there are many things. You should understand the variety with which we live with. We interact with, and if you can understand that we don't have issues with people, we have issues with issues, right? That is why we call them issue, right? We should have an issue with an issue. We should have a problem with the problem, okay? We should have a pleasure with something that is pleasurable, not something that is not, right? So you should know that what you are doing, what you are thinking is all just a simple act of how you condition your mind. Okay? And the only way you can condition your mind is through the practice of Shunya. I always say it is to clean the slate. After every class, one class boy is there, one boy in the class is there. The teacher gives him the job, After that, he just goes, takes the duster, everything the teacher wrote, all the physics, maths and whatever it is, and prepares it for, he's the board monitor. After he cleans up, the next teacher comes in, yes, come in, okay, and she teaches another subject. Okay, so let us study grammar. This boy is just waiting after she finishes, when he gets the job. His job is the most amazing job, just to clean, and he's happy doing that. Remember, Shunya is like that. Okay, Shunya is just to clean the slate, so that when you interact with the next moment in your life, a next opportunity that comes knocking to you, a next individual that comes meeting you, a next feeling that comes into you, you are 100% with that. Because that is what life is, being in the present moment. And the thoughts, they don't like to be in the present moment, because there are no present thoughts. There are thoughts of either the past or there are thoughts of the future. And both are uncertain, because these thoughts, they keep on changing. Okay, and they keep on changing based on emotion. People consider their experiences of life, as emotional knots. Put it as bags and put them behind their memory, in their memory. These knots, they actually become your thoughts. So after say 20 years, 30 years, one experiential knot will suddenly open up and it will become a thought again. You understand? So maternity homes of thoughts are around us. Okay? Either somebody comes and pollinates you, fertilizes your mind, and then you have a new thought coming up. Or something in the past is started to rot and has started to pollinate itself, has to started to self-multiply itself, and thoughts come in. So thoughts can come from within or from outside. Somebody can sow the thought, or you yourself can do that. Okay, but one skill that nobody else can do is cleaning the board. That definitely you have to do. And for that, we have Shunya. So we have a good audience today, almost 42 people, I think this is an important subject for everyone, right? Because people thought, they blame all the ill will, the bad, all the trouble in life. They blame it to negative thoughts. But I always say, they are nothing to do with you. Okay? So there's no need to even forgive yourself. Okay? Don't be guilty. Nothing to do. Just keep practicing Shunya. If the thought comes, let it wait. You trust me, it will go away. It will go away. There is no other option, You start pampering it. You start giving it something. You start covering it up. Finish. You imagine, a lion coming to your house. You say, oh, poor little lion, let him come in. He is going to eat you up. Even though he's cute. He's cute when he's young. But as he grows, he's definitely going to eat you up. Understand this, a thought, you should recognize. Is it a good thought or bad thought? Then look at a thought as a thought. This is a good feeling, a bad feeling. Then look at the feeling as a feeling. Okay? When you look it up, you will be able to manage as it is. This is very, very important. Okay? So we will see you all again next week. Until then, we will say goodbye. Bye-bye.